the faster you fail, the faster you will succeed.
Hey everyone, welcome to Chats About Success. It's a podcast to know how Filipinos can succeed in today's world. I'm your host, Daniel Antin. Today's episode is sponsored by the Entitled Podcast Network. If you're interested in starting your own podcast, or if you want someone to manage your podcast promotions or edit your podcast episodes, the Entitled Podcast Network has got you covered. Full disclaimer, this is my own company, so if you want to work with me to get your podcast on the air, send an email to entitledgroupofficial@gmail.com. And today, guys, we have another one of my friends on the show. One of the most humble people I've ever met. If I didn't stalk her on LinkedIn, to be honest, I wouldn't know that she is what she is now, which is an absolute girl boss. Everyone, say hello to Lauren Yap. Lau, what's up?
Hey everyone, hey Davi, how's it going?
Hey, doing good. Thank you so much for taking the time. So, you're currently working, right?
Yeah, we're currently working at a working from home setup right now.
Yeah. So Lau was kind enough to use her break to talk to me. So thank you.
Yeah,
so
no worries. Anything for a friend.
thanks. So Lau, really quickly, tell everyone who you are and what you currently do.
Hey everyone, my name is Lauren Yap. I'm actually a country head at Grover, uh, which is actually a banking and fintech solutions company. So the company was actually founded in 2012 by my boss, who is the founder and chairman, um, who is based out of Singapore. So he hired me to manage the country, the Philippines, and yeah, that's um, what I've been busy with.
That's so awesome. Can you like quickly tell us what you do, like basically on a normal average day as a country head for a company, for an international company?
Right. So a normal work day for me is catching up with our founder, our chairman, and we mostly do it on calls, whether it's uh, our chat platforms or messaging platforms. And actually, in the old normal, um, we would usually go to our Makati office, and I would align with my team, um, sync up, and then also do face-to-face meetings with our clients and compiling proposals and requirements, as well as overseeing admin and operations. But now, as the new normal, you can just rehash everything, and everything that I mentioned is now done virtually. So yeah, it's been pretty interesting how things have turned up.
Was it a tough shift though, or would you prefer everything virtual?
Oh, definitely, there is now a bias to doing things virtual for me. I would definitely say that I'm also enjoying the setup. Um, so now that I see it, and in the coming years, we would definitely have a portion of time doing things virtual and also a portion of time doing things physical. So I would say probably half and half, half in the office, half meeting with our team, and then half is doing things virtually.
That's awesome.
That's my
Like
projected, yeah.
that's so cool. And I lost my trail of thought, but um okay, I'll scratch that other thought. I totally got lost. So I'll move on. I'll
Go
just
for
go.
it.
So like what's the toughest part about your job though? And how do you get over it?
Oh, the toughest part of my job is actually doing negotiations with senior management, like people twice my senior, and being able to sit at the board and negotiate and discuss with them our proposals, our uh, offerings, and of course, um, given that my industry is in the banking space and also the fintech space, there are definitely people who um, live their life, most of their lives in this industry and definitely older. So being able to communicate and getting along with these personalities is actually a must. Like how you're able to communicate and how you're able to um, manage the conversation. That's definitely something one needs to learn. So, and that's also one of the sayings, right? Like 80% of business dealings are not actually uh, done through the technicalities. It's actually done through communication and how you're able to talk to these people. So I would definitely say that's the toughest part of my job, and being able to converse with these different personalities. Um, th- th-
Was
th-
it?
that's a challenge.
Yeah. Was it like? Because I can just imagine, like, when you get into these meetings with these, really big established people, like, when you first started out, how did that play out? Like, did they, like, somehow look down on you because, you're way younger than them and they have more experience? How'd that go?
Right, right. I definitely understand where you're coming from, and yeah, it's really mm, like the verbal and the non-verbal cues. Like what I've read is 7% of communication is actually just verbal, and the rest of that is non-verbal. So how you deliver yourself, how you carry yourself, that's also translates to the person you're talking to. And fortunately, I've been seen as a valuable contributor and someone worthy of respect or credit, I guess. So um, it's also in relation to being able to build that trust, being able to build that credibility. Um, your personal branding also comes into play there, and you just have to be mindful and self-aware of these things.
Love that. But, like, what was your first job, though? Because currently you're a country head. I was wondering, like, what your first job was ever.
Yeah, yeah. Well, before this, I was actually a territory manager at a multinational company. So at that time, I also started from the grassroots, right? And what I realized working there, probably a couple of years, is that I didn't necessarily enjoy working in a big traditional company, and that's built on hierarchy and like so many ranks and levels and all that. And I actually envisioned a company that promoted collaboration and strong involvement from the team, because I am very much a team player as well. And I also believe that every team member is an integral part um, of the business of the company. And that culture I actually have come to find in the startup and the tech industry. So, and that way I was able to find my niche, if I could say. And the one thing that I actually like about my company now is that we're actually a flat organization. So what I mean with flat is that it's a company with just a few levels of middle management between staff and executives. And in that way, we're able to collaborate effectively, make decisions quickly, and act fast. And there's also that sense of autonomy and trust amongst ourselves and being able to operate on our own and with everyone, with others as well.
Got it.
So, in regards to your question of how I climbed the corporate ladder
Yeah.
fast, um, and it's also in relation to what you promote, actually, it's LinkedIn. So,
Mm.
most of my success actually came from being available and visible on LinkedIn. Um, although I was humble, right? Like I wasn't really sharing with our group or our friends my profile or everything. But I made sure that my profile was complete. I made sure that um, all the necessary details are there, and yeah, the recruiters, the HR companies reached out to me. Actually, they still reach out to me, but I back off of them because I'm happy where I am, and want to build more things with my company right now. So yeah, that's thank you so much, LinkedIn, and thank you so much to these platforms that enable better communication between different companies and entities, right?
Wait, so literally all you had was a well-built LinkedIn profile, and then recruiters just reach out to you and give you amazing jobs?
Yes, yes, that's
I
actually
love
what
it.
happened.
I love it. And that's actually what I'm talking about as well. Like especially in the Philippines, not a lot of people are like using LinkedIn to their advantage, right? So if you're listening right
Yeah,
now, do get on LinkedIn. And like for context, Lau did say that she is very humble, but she is very humble. Like to be honest, I never knew that she was a country head because whenever we hang out back in the Philippines, we were just chilling. Like, we were just
we're just
friends.
drinking.
We're just drinking. We're just talking about random stuff. And then, she's a country manager. So proud. Uh and then like
Thanks so much, Debbie.
yeah, you're amazing. Have you always been like a leader growing up? Because that's how I see you.
Yeah, well, I guess you could say that. I had some leadership roles in different ways when I grew up. Um, I used to dance as well, so I was a cheer captain in my day in high school, but also in college. I was very active with organizations and um, being also a vice president in my club or organization back in college. And I guess that's always been a part of me. But that's not to say that someone who hasn't been a leader in the past cannot be a leader. I think we are each our own leaders in our own spaces, and um, yeah, that's what I would like to promote as well. Um, it can be molded and developed as well.
Where did you get that though? Because you mentioned ever since like you were young, even in high school, you already had these leadership qualities, these leadership positions. I want to know like where that come from because not everyone has that.
Uh, yeah, well, if I could be completely honest, I was very, if you could say, competitive in dancing before, although I don't do that much now, but that definitely propelled me to make better of myself, and I was able to apply that in different areas of my life. So, and what I like about it, in any sports team, or yeah, varsity team, I was also varsity in college, is that you act like you're in a team, you act like you're trying to help better the person, but also better yourself in the support of building the team and um, yeah, developing the team as a whole. So that's what really propelled me, and that's what I really like, is having that team element really helped me as well.
Got it. But ever since you were young, did you always? Because you did mention dancing was, what brought out the winning mindset in you.
Yeah.
Like ever since you were young, you were already dancing. Like how that?
Yes. Uh, yeah. Back in primary school and also secondary school, that's already been um, what I've been doing, like mostly been doing actually, and that's also trying to hone your craft, right? Like it doesn't matter if you're a teenager or someone in college, being able to concentrate and focus on your craft and bettering your craft, whether right now it's with me is in the banking and fintech space, and also with you in marketing and digital marketing. Um, that's what we envision to do and what we strive to do, right?
Got it. And then now, you're obviously like, you're at the top of the company. And you continue to like drive, drive results, be better every single day. Like, where does this come from? Like, what keeps you motivated to, do better?
Right. So this is where I kind of get nerdy or geeky in a sense. So, and I've actually been able to understand this even. Um, I'm actually, in terms of the Meyer Briggs personality type, I'm actually an INFJ. I was previously an ENFJ. I was previously an extrovert, but now I've come to find that there's really strength and value in also being introverted and self aware. And with this personality type, um, I've come to find that uh, they're very much into trying to better yourself in consideration to everyone, in consideration to society. So um, there's this saying, right? Like I think Nelson Mandela was able to say this, that your playing small does not serve the world. So if you're playing small by yourself on your own, you're also doing a disservice to the world, or doing a disservice to your own community, your own society. So that one, I think, is what really is translated to me. And yeah, I think Nelson Mandela is also an INFJ, if I'm not mistaken. So there's some congruence there. There's some alignment there, and yeah, that's that's so far where my drive and um, goal oriented approach is coming from.
I love it. Like, do you read a lot? Like, how do you, upgrade yourself as a leader?
Yeah, I read a lot. That's definitely correct. Um, I read a lot of books, and actually, one thing that I wanted to share with you as well in relation to this question is I also read about the Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. I'm pretty sure that's a familiar book with everyone. Um, but he talks about these three layers, right? So, first, in your quest to self improvement, there you strive to become a private victory, like your self actualized victory, and that also springs about your need for dependence on others. But after you've achieved that private victory, you've felt that, oh, I've done something of myself. I'm now very much self sufficient. I'm now very much independent. And that's where independence comes in. That's the second layer. And then in independence, you're now trying to strive towards your public victory, how you're able to relate with everyone, how you're able to synergize with everyone. And that's where the third layer and the last layer comes in, which is actually interdependence. And that's what strikes me the most, is that we all live interdependently. So we don't live independently, we don't live by ourselves. It's really an interdependence and a collaborative way of life. So this one is really what struck me the most, and how I approach my team, how I approach my organization or my company. And so far, it's been doing well. Stephen Covey's right in this aspect.
That's awesome. That's a super good answer. Um, what's your ultimate goal? Because like, career wise, I'm not sure if you want something more, but I want to know what your ultimate goal is.
Oh, this is actually a very nice question you have uh, in terms of my ultimate goal. So, my ultimate goal is to live life on my own terms, but with a bracket. of, especially as a woman. So as a woman, I think you may already know, or a lot of us know, that we have obstacles that we faced, um, especially in our corporate life, especially in working. And this is actually personally what I experienced as well. I didn't um, get on this trail at very smoothly. Actually, I also encountered obstacles and hurdles, and that also speaks of me being a woman, being someone that's assertive, but also wanting to be seen and um, respected as well, or someone as an equal contributor in the company, right? So now what I want to do is to live life on my own terms, and also set an example and pave the path for other women in any industry that they would want this, especially um, so that they can feel confident and feel empowered to operate and thrive in their own spaces, and actually make use and leverage of a woman's soft skills, because sometimes it's seen actually as a weakness, right? But I actually really see that as strengths, and how I am able to really relate to my clients and everything. It does really play a part. So yeah, basically, that's my goal now, is also bringing back to matters or to causes that I feel could uh, get a better impact, or contribute to a very nice impact,
Love it.
very good impact.
I love that. And I'm not sure if this is already your previous answer, but what's your definition of success, and like what's the highest form of success to you?
Yeah, so success for me is success is peace and prosperity. Okay, so it sounds cliche, right? But you're prospering in life, you're thriving in life, but you also have that inner peace within yourself. I think that really is underestimated. Like, we go through our life trying to be this best person, trying to be the highest rank, or trying to be um, whoever we want, right? But if we don't have that inner peace, I don't think that would ever matter. I don't think that would ever translate to anything. And actually, there's this saying by Dale Carnegie. So he says, like, success is getting what you want, but happiness is wanting what you get. So that's also what I promote, or what I align with. So I've gotten what I wanted. I've gotten to where I wanted to be, but also um, I'm happy with what I got. And that's where inner peace is also coming from, is that I don't have to look over to someone else, because I feel like I'm happy with what I'm doing now. And this is also another saying that I actually really like, and excuse my French if I would say this, but it says here, be the shit without shitting on anyone. So yeah, that's really a saying that I also align with. So, oh, you can be the shit, just don't shit on anyone.
I love
So
that.
yeah.
Love it. If someone were to ask you that, because I'm also like an advocate for happiness, because I think that's ultimate form of success, like happiness and contentment, right? If someone were to ask you, so how do I actually become happy? What's your answer?
Well, how do I become happy? Well,
Like in general, like for example, I'm just a normal dude, and I'm like, so Lau, you seem so happy. How do I become happy?
oh, well, there's definitely an inner work that has to happen there. Um, I myself is also still striving towards the perfect form of happiness, right? I feel like everyone, each and every one of us, is still striving towards their own kind of happiness. And um, what I would say is that I had to dig deep first. Like I had to um, internalize first what would make me happy, and uh, in terms of that, I was able to bring forward the causes that would definitely contribute to my happiness. So yeah, there's definitely an inner alignment there that has to happen, and it shouldn't be dictated by anyone else. I mean, we're already dictated so much um, by society, by our culture, by our so many other factors, but you really have to dig deep and listen to yourself. um, it may not be money that's gonna give you happiness. It may not be those things really. Uh, so you have to listen to yourself, I think.
That's
Um,
so powerful. That's so true. That's what I say to everyone as well. Uh,
yes.
Lau, before I get into the last few questions, again, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to do this. I know you're super busy, and I just want to tell you that I'm super proud of you for what you've accomplished. Again, I had no idea this was happening, because like, again, I don't know why we never talk about careers whenever we're together. I don't know. I think because we just so done with
Wow.
work that we just don't want to talk about it. But it's amazing to see your growth, and I know you're just gonna get better from here on. So congratulations on everything.
Thanks so much, Davi. I'm very much a fan of you guys as well. So thanks so much for inviting me to your podcast.
Appreciate it. So, Lau, if people want to get in touch with you or follow you online, where can they find you?
Yeah, so you could follow me on my LinkedIn. It's named Lauren Nicole Yap. And also our Instagram profile. I'm actually building actually another thing, Davi. It's called Career Women Collective. So you can follow our Instagram at Career Women Collective. And this is where we talk all things um, career, wellness, peace, etc. And this is also a passion project of mine. So, yeah, there's a lot more in store.
Interesting. Is that gonna be like just a page, or is it gonna be like a podcast thing, or how's it gonna be?
Well, it's going to be a platform. So we're creating a web platform and a community of women uh, that just wants to have like a support system, a community of sorts. I don't think we've ever had that in the Philippines, or well, especially here. So and definitely there's um, some statistics, right? Like in the Philippines, we're actually very much improved in terms of women leaders, and like 40% actually, if I remember correctly, or that much percentage of women are already operating in upper management or senior roles. So that's a big step in the Philippines, in the country. But we strive to help further that cause and um, support it.
That's awesome, and that's awesome. And who do you know that should be on the podcast next?
So I would actually like to bring you to a friend of mine. Her name is Cara Santiago. She's actually a managing director of Sparkit PH, and it's a PR and marketing agency that's also creating waves in that industry as well. So I will hopefully I will bring you to Cara as well.
Awesome. I'll ask for an intro for sure. And last question, Lau, is if you were to give one tip for somebody to be successful, what would it be?
My one tip for you to be successful is fail as quickly as you can, as fast as you can. And you should give yourself permission to fail, to experiment, to try, because the faster you fail, the faster you will succeed.
Lauren Yap, everybody. Lau, thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Davi. I really enjoyed this podcast, and more power to your cause.
Thank you so much. And that's it, folks. That ends today's episode. If you want to watch a full video of this episode, just subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just search for Chats About Success. And to get more content behind the scenes, or if you want to be a part of the community, follow us on Instagram at instagram.com/successchats. And if you want to be a guest on the podcast or know anyone who might be interested in being a guest on the show, just send an email to chatsaboutsuccess@gmail.com. Until then, I hope you achieve your goals, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.